welcome to part 3 of designing my Saba Lolita dress. So yeah, cue the intro. I like it. I made it myself. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. Today I am going to make the collar for the cardigan, and I am going to sew the whole cardigan together. And if it doesn't take forever and I'm exhausted by all of that, I will start on the skirt. Or try. The collar is pretty basic, so I don't think I need to spend too much time on it. We'll see, I guess. So let's go! First, let's cut up a little bit of fabric since I'm only going to use a tiny little piece for the collar. Referencing my notebook, finding where my neck measurements are because I want to make it perfectly match my neck. Okay, let's start measuring. Wait a sec. I don't actually know how I want this collar to look because I don't want it to be just a rectangle, you know? So, let me just put that aside and start doing some drawings. The overall style of the cardigan is inspired by traditional Chinese fashion like the qipao, which became popular in the 1920s. You'll often see that rounded collar and knot enclosures, which I am including on this cardigan, at both the neck and on the wrist cuffs. So that was my inspiration behind the cardigan look. And then of course mixing elements in there to make it feel more cyberpunk. Like the fake leather, the mesh, the, an asymmetrical vibe, kind of, sort of. We'll see more of that in the future. I tried doing some math here to get my collar width correct, and I just kept messing up because math and fractions is hard. I know I'm an engineer. I don't care. Fractions suck. We should all be using the metric system. There, I said it. Ugh. I want my collar to be about 1.5 inches tall. So that's about 4 centimeters, just doing math to divide that by 4 to see what that should be on the small down scale. Now we can finish drawing on the fabric. Huzzah! Now I'm going to do basically the same thing I did when I was making the scallop type thing for the wrist cuff. I'm folding it in half, then gotta pin it in place so it doesn't move. Getting a thread that's kind of the same color, but not exactly because I didn't buy thread that's the exact same color yet. I will eventually. On the edge of the fabric, I am sewing it into a curve. I definitely should have drawn on the fabric where I wanted to do the thing, but I didn't. Because I was like, oh, I've done this before. I can do this, no problem. Soon we will see. There is a slight problem, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Here's a quick hyperlapse doing the rest of the sewing, because this part is so fun to watch, isn't it? Snip. Now I cut the corners off the fabric because I don't need that fabric anymore. Alright, let's turn it inside out and see how beautiful it looks. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Wait, why won't it stay? Oh no. Okay, maybe the iron will fix this. The iron fixes everything, right? Yeah, it'll be flat. It'll look exactly how I want. This'll be fine. This is fine. The fabric is not exactly bending how I want because this is such a thin piece. But that's okay. It's still giving me the kind of bendy thing I'm looking for, but I probably should make this a little more steep, you know? And I can do that real quick with this same piece. And okay, can you see that? It has a little point there. That's accidental, but you can also see it's a lot steeper than the last one, I hope. I did that on both sides. Maybe this side looks a little better. Yeah, I think this side looks a little better. Now that we have the collar, that's the last thing I want to do on the cardigan. I know I'm still missing a cuff on this arm. I don't really care right now. So I'm gonna try to sew everything together. We'll see how it looks. I'm very nervous for 2 reasons. One, I don't think I have enough fabric on the PVC here to sew it to the sleeve. And I also think I have too much of the back fabric. If I have too much of the back, then I'm gonna try to move it up and cut off the top though. I think that'll be my best option to make it fit. Okay, here we go again. Taking the back off. Ba-da-da-da-da. Oh, where are my pins? That one is barely hanging on. Kind of like me. First, I'm going to sew the back pieces and front pieces together, and then I'll do the sleeves. Take it out, and I hope I don't ruin everything. Well, not the aesthetically pleasing thing I was going for, but okay. I'm keeping these 2 pins in here because they help hold the fold. Starting out strong, I have no idea how everything is supposed to connect together. Which side goes where when it's not on the mannequin anymore. So figuring that out. Okay, I think I got it. I just needed to like flip things over. Start on the right side and then flip them over to the wrong side. And then flip again. Lots of flipping out. Not flipping out, just flipping. Now I'm figuring out where exactly each separate piece of fabric needs to connect to each other. This was harder than I thought because I didn't make the PVC the proper size to match the mesh. But here we are, moving forward. I figured something out, so now we're pinning it together, or clipping it really. And look at that confidence, oh yeah. Now I'm turning it inside out, sorta, just to make sure that it is what it looks like, how I want it to look like, and it's doing the job. So we're good to go. And now it's time for the time-lapse of me sewing. Ba-da-da-ba-da-da, so. Meh. A couple things. One, I should not have gotten cut myself a string this freaking long. This is not worth the trouble. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut it and start that process over. I wanted to yank it out and feel like, farewell, string, but it wouldn't let me do that. Oh my god, it's knotted, so I can't even get it off the frickin' needle. Ugh! I hate this thread. Okay. That thread is great on the sewing machine, but not so much hand sewing. Instead, I am going to use the bright pink string because it is polyester. It's very slidey and easy to pull through the fabric. And it's a lot easier to see, so I can see what my mistakes are. Remember when I said a couple things earlier? I don't remember what anything else was after that. It's splitting. I think the eye is too small. I remembered what I was gonna say. So the back is definitely way too extra compared to the front top. You can kind of see that huge jagged line there. So I'm gonna have to cut some things off the top to make it work. This would be a lot faster on my sewing machine. However, I am not ready to experiment with dealing with PVC fabric yet because apparently it's very difficult to work with on a sewing machine. There are ways that you can to make it easy, but it sounds really frustrating and like, I broke my needle. Oh my god, look. What the heck? What the heck, man? Friggity friggin' frick. Fine, I'll see if I can get a stronger one. Ugh. Alright, this is the 3rd time I will be trying to sew this thing together. First we had bad thread, then we got a bad needle. Maybe this is the universe's sign telling me I should not be working on this right now. We'll see. I'll give it one more mistake. And now it's time for another time-lapse. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. This pink thread is so much better cause it's polyester and it's slippy and slidey. Oh yeah. Snip. I can tell you right now, I do not like sewing with PVC. It is very difficult to puncture. And also, I almost made a mistake by sewing the whole areas closed where the sleeves are gonna be. Thank goodness I was thinking critically and was like, where do the armholes go in all of this? Oh shoot, I was about to close them up. I just had a thought where I was like, oh god, am I sewing on the wrong side? Not like the wrong side of the fabric, but like You know. I feel like I'm extra paranoid right now about getting something wrong. One of my issues here is that I don't actually know where the armhole starts and ends on the PVC fabric that I made. It's clear on the mesh, but the PVC just kind of blends together. I guess I'll tie it off here. I don't know. Here's sort of how it looks. Gosh, I cannot show this well at all. This little like cut right here, that's where the armhole is gonna be. So now I have to like attach it at the top where the shoulders go, which is gonna go. This is so hard to show on black fabric. Just trust me, I guess. It's like I made a little bat. Hee hee. Or a mask. Oh. That could be a cute mask. Do I sew the collar on now? Or after? I don't know how these things work. Oh no. I'll sew it on first. No, after. After. Collar on after the front and back are together. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna cut the excess fabric off of the back. Wait, no, maybe the back piece actually needs to be extra, cause like it's a different shape than the front of your body. I'm just gonna sew it as is, not make any changes. It probably won't be that bad, right? I've clipped the shoulders together to make sure that that's where I want to sew, and I believe it is. So let us continue the sewing adventure. Ho ho ho. Now it's time for another time-lapse banana. I wish I could sing a lot better than this, but that's okay, cause we're just doing things and just having fun, cause that's what we do. Ooh, oh yeah! I think the back is definitely too loose. I decided not to cut off anything, cause I remembered like the shorts that I made, like, oh yeah, you need extra fabric where there's more like curves and whatever. Maybe that's not the case with the back. The front looks good though. And look at this transition. Somehow I made it like straight and smooth, which is brilliant. Did I do that on the other side? Not so much on the other side. There's a little like bump sort of divot. Now let's sew on the collar. I gotta tell you, working at this tiny of a scale is so frustrating. Nevertheless, it is a good learning experience, and I'm glad I'm starting on a small scale rather than the large scale, because I feel like I would mess up a lot too on the large scale, and then I'd feel bad about like wasting fabric and whatever. So that's the plus side of working on the small scale. Less waste. It is quite difficult to get this collar on because I don't think I gave myself enough room to actually sew, like seam allowance, that's what it's called. I didn't give myself enough seam allowance. I tried to make a cute little transition, not transition, but like, oh god, and this is like all twisted now. Oh my gosh, okay. Here is the attempted aesthetic shot. I tried. I believe on collars you add a thing called a bias tape to make it like, to hide the seams, like how you can see here. Like this fabric and this fabric, they're connected underneath here, but I don't feel any seams because of that thing. So on a larger scale, when I get to the larger scale, I'll learn how to do that, but not on this tiny scale because it's... Look at this, you could barely see the collar. It's like, it's so tiny. Let's put it on the mannequin. Here you go. Little tiny baby oh, nope, falling off. Little tiny baby jacket. Oh, still falling off. Hold please. My creation does not seem to fit on the mannequin anymore because the collar is too small. Although the collar is the correct quarter scale size to fit my personal neck. So the mannequin just has a thick neck and that's okay. But yeah, it's not gonna look so great on the mannequin anymore. I just want it to look cute. It works better if I shove the cardigan higher on the mannequin. Okay, now I'm gonna pin it so it stays in place. Ah! Okay, I think you can get the idea of the collar now. And then just imagine a couple of cute knot enclosures to close the cardigan together. I could probably make something happen there. I don't know if it's going to be today, though, because I'm losing steam, to be honest. Now I need to sew the arms on, and that's going to be easier, so I'm not going to show the nitty-gritty of it. We're just going to do it. It's going to be done. And it's done. It doesn't look great because, again, I messed up the collar, so now the shoulders aren't sitting right, and it's just not great looking. But, like, the sewing job of the arms themselves doesn't look too bad. And on the back, there's some things I need to figure out on the larger scale. But overall, not horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is definitely an adventure. I wish this fit on the mannequin correctly so I could see it, like, actually. I'm so frustrated right now. But no matter, we persist. This is gonna be so much easier on a larger scale. Ugh. That's all I'm gonna do today. And next time we're gonna start on the skirt. And hopefully it's better than how this looks. Part of me wants to redo all of this with the correct stencils and measurements that I've learned from this. But I also want to break. I don't want to work on this part anymore. So next time we'll start with the skirt. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye! I don't know. Is a transition worth it there? I don't know. Why is this bleeding? Okay, here we go again. I don't know how to do it.